Okay, tonight, you guys, I wanted to start having people share what's working for them. And Sue Conn-Hood and her crew, Judy Lopez, that whole crew, they have been super successful with salad in a jar events. And, one thing I just want to say before we have Sue kind of share a little bit of how she's doing that is that there is no perfect event. Okay. So for me, I don't do a lot of salad I actually don't do salad in a jars. I like to go to people's. It's not my thing. I'm more direct. But I think they're great, especially for a community outreach program. If you've got, I know we've got Deb on the phone, Deb Tauser, who's a teacher. A lot of teachers are doing these kinds of things like with the other teachers. There's lots of ways to use different events. We have people doing soup in a jar events. We have smoothie in a jar. I mean, all kinds of things that you can do. But salad in a jar is really fun. Sue lives in Phoenix and they get a really nice growing season, and she has probably one of the most beautiful tower gardens I've seen. So it's also an excellent way for you to show off the tower garden. And we here in Colorado probably aren't thinking about that right now because it's going to snow again tonight. But really, honestly, you guys, this is the time of year where people are starting to think about their seeds. They're getting their seeds ordered, they're planting their garden, because in a month from now, we're going to start to see the irises come up, and people will start thinking spring. So we want to be ahead of the game with that. And this is, again, a great thing that you could plan and use some of the greens from your tower if you've been growing inside, or you could plan some events for summer or whatever. So Sue, unmute and tell us, tell us first of all, from the beginning to the end, like what made you decide to start doing salad in a jar events?
Well, 2 years ago, I don't know if Judy's on, but 2 years ago, Judy and I had heard about these salad in a jar parties. Actually, it's been 3 years now. And we both looked at each other and thought, what a great idea. It was one of the other national marketing directors who was at a presentation in Phoenix at regionals, and we listened to her and she talked about them. We thought, we should do that in our little town. Because we're south of Phoenix, it would be a great way to start getting our name out there and let people know about the tower garden and let people know a little bit more about ways that they can get healthier. So Judy started off with doing salad jar parties on Saturdays. So we were doing them first on a monthly basis on Saturdays. And after about 4 months, and during Christmas, it was a little more challenging. So we decided Saturdays were out for the Christmas holiday. And then we'd pick them up again in January. And I said, well, if you want to do a Saturday, I'd love to pick up a weeknight, because some people are always busy, but I can pick up the working crowd that could come in the evening. So I started doing Wednesday nights. And I have to tell you, what I would do is I would post on Facebook. I'll just give you the basics. I would take a picture of my salads, or actually have them in my computer. So I would just put a post up of a picture of salads and just go, who would be interested in getting together for salad in a jar party? And people would always answer and say, me, 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 me. And then I would create an invite on Facebook. I think Jennifer Rankin, if you're out there, we talked about that, how to go about and do that.
Tell us that. So slow down for a minute and say, when you said you created something on Facebook, did you create an event?
Yes, I would go into an event and make it a private event. And I would upload my own picture that I'd taken of salads, either in the fridge or on the counter. And I would upload that picture and then put my name, the date, the time, and I would try to get these out a minimum of 2 weeks, usually 2.5 weeks out. And I would send out as many as 40 invites, everybody. Just so you know, 40 invites will give you 10 people attending, right, Reagan? That's right. Usually about the odds right there. And most people have something else going on, so they'll tell you that. And I would also take a picture of that invite, have it on my phone, and then I could text it to people. So if I had people that weren't on Facebook. So I would kind of blanket share. I would talk to people at the chamber, people I knew at the gym. Hey, would you ever be interested in making salads in a jar? Well, what are those? Well, let me show you a picture on my phone. And I would just show a picture. And so what really was a big push this last 6 months ago, one of the reps that I was partnered with in Teamsy, she used to do cards, little cards like this. And these are I have 36 cards, and they're pictures of all the different fruits and vegetables that we have in all of our product line. And on the back of them, it would explain exactly what like an apple does for you. And it would explain it. So she made all these wonderful cards, and she was selling them at the last conference. And so I said to her, well, Sheila, you're selling these? She says, yeah. And I said, I'll buy them right here, right now. So now when people come, I send the invite, I follow up with text to people, make sure they're coming. I put a post on my invite page of all the vegetables and who's going to bring what, because they all let me know what they're going to bring. And I post all that. And then I follow up with texts and double check with people. Are you still coming? 3 days before, 2 days before. And then when they come in the door with their jars, and if they don't have jars, I always have extra jars to share. I hand everybody, usually I have 10 people, 10 to 12. I've had as many as 20 in my house. Just so you know, Reagan, you've seen my house. I pack them all in there. And I would have everybody pick like a deck of cards like this, and they pick 2 of these. And everybody takes their vegetables out, and we put them on the tables. I seat them around, and I introduce myself. And I said, we're going to do this just like Toastmasters. You're going to stand up, come up to the front of the room. You're going to take your 2 little cards. You're going to read what the ingredient is, and then you're going to talk about the benefits of it. And then tell us a little bit about yourself. So they would come to the front, some reluctantly, some pretty happy about it. It was okay. They would read their cards, and everybody would lean in. We all know they're good for you, but so on the back it says, liver and kidney cleanser, good for cardiovascular health and lymphatic system, removes fat and lowers blood pressure, prevents sterility, beet fiber, fights colon cancer. So they would read that, and they would put that down and pick up a second one and read that. Then they would say, well, my name is so-and-so. I've been on Juice Plus, or I've been a Juice Plus customer, or I've been a Juice Plus distributor, or I'm here because my friend brought me. I want to learn more. And they would talk a little bit, maybe 2 minutes. I would kind of time them. And then we'd go all around the room. Everybody had a chance. And then I would again introduce myself and say, you're here tonight to learn more about healthy eating. And I have a quick little video to show you. And a lot of times I'll do one of our, because I can do videos, YouTube right on my TV, a new TV. And so I could play a YouTube on there and just do, we played how Juice Plus is made. So people could understand the difference between a man-made vitamin and that ours are fruits and vegetables. The one with John Blair, Reagan, I still use that one because that's my favorite, and I've known John forever. So I always show that one, and it's 2 minutes long, everybody. 2 minutes and 50 seconds, if that. Maybe it was 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So I showed that to everybody. I said, what did you think? Did you know that that's exactly how our Juice Plus is made? So we kind of reaffirmed that. And then and people say, well, I want to talk more. And I'll say, after we make our salads, let's chat. So it's not, I'm not holding up the whole group for one person, if you get what I'm saying there. So everybody else that's eager to make salads, we get up. I have those little plastic, I'm sorry, I didn't bring one to show you, but I get them from the deli, and they're the little plastic guards for your hands, the little glove you wear. And everybody takes their jars, and we go in a line, we go around the table. We've already been, if I have a lot of lettuce, I put it out and I tell them it's fresh from the garden. Smell this versus a store-bought, so they'll do that. And we go around the table and make our salads. I always, you guys always see me, I always take pictures at the end and post them that night, and I always put that up. And those that wanted to chat, I give them I come over and chat with them, find out what they're interested in, follow up the next day, and take an order. At least one order every salad jar party, sometimes 2 or 3. So Judy and I have had big success with this. And my Wednesday night group, they, the more of them, you keep bringing your customers, and they learn more every time they come, and they become customers that then refer people to you or bring guests also. And that's what happens with continuity. If you're doing this consistently, every month, sometimes every 3 weeks, consistency, 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 people know who you are. Oh, those salad jar parties, I've heard about you. I'll get that. So why don't you come? Well, I didn't know anything about it. Well, let's talk. And then I'll text them and say, here's when it is. Here's what we do. I know you could do this. I even have jars for you.
So you have most of them bring their own jar though, right?
Oh, yes, but I have a dozen of extra ones, and I'm happy to, they're $1 a piece, so I'm happy to loan them out if people need them. And 9 times out of 10, they always bring them back. So it's okay.
That sounds so easy and fun.
It is. And these were a little record breaker. I know if anybody's interested, you can talk to me after. Reach out to me on Facebook, because I can give you Sheila's name and number, and you can order them directly from her if you want to do that. They're $20 for 36 picture cards.
That is awesome. You know what we'll do is just put the link or put her number up for everybody afterwards. We'll just do a post with that. So
sure.
Okay, so you guys watch the Facebook group. We'll put it in, okay?
Perfect.
So what questions do you guys have? Is that so fun and easy?
Yeah, I think so. I'm doing one a week from Monday.
Right.
A week from today. And yeah, I seem to get definitely like more people that have come to these events than other events I've done. Because I think it just kind of creates that sense of community and people walking away with something. So I don't know. That's been my take on it. So I'm excited to do another one.
I agree with you, Jen. People like to feel more of a community minded. And I always say to them, who else do you know that would be happier with salads? And just Reg and I, well, I'll share with everybody. In my 55 and over community, there are widows, recent widows that are friends of mine. So what I do is I make extra salads, and I just stick my business card with a piece of Scotch tape, and I stick it on top of a salad and I drop a salad in front of somebody's house. I'll text them and say, hey, I dropped you off a salad this morning. I hope you can use that, or you'll enjoy it. So building a little community that way. So
do you have everybody make just one salad jar, or do you make more than one?
We usually do 5. 4 is the minimum, but usually 5. And I have everybody bring, I'm sorry, thank you for mentioning that. I ask them to bring 12 to 14 cups of one vegetable, 12 to 14 cups. We've kind of measured it out, everybody, after all this time. And if it's a smaller group, and that has happened maybe twice, I have everybody bring 2 vegetables, and that's worked beautifully as well.
And that's an average of, you have an average of about 10 people for that amount. Is that right?
Right, 10 to 12.
Okay.
And then do you provide the lettuce?
Well, a lot of people want to bring lettuce. It's easy. If they're working people, they can pick it up the day before at Costco, and they'll bring it. They'll wash it and bring it. But a lot of times I provide the lettuce, and we do a little comparison, not to put down their store-bought, but just to show them the difference. And if they had a tower garden of their own, how much nicer it would be.
So my question would be, how do you transition from the salad in a jar party to Juice Plus, ordering Juice Plus?
Oh, I have it all set out on my coffee table. The little chewable packets, I have them in little containers, I have all the capsules. And remember, when they're reading these cards, beets, I go, oh, did you know that beet powder is found in our red and green
I love that.
capsules? And so I hold the capsule because I have all the display in front of me, and I pick up each product, and when somebody else reads it, I go, oh, did you know that pineapple's found in our red capsules? And then if they have blackberries, I go, oh, here's dark berry health for you. Did you know that blackberries are found naturally in it? And that's how I transition to that. And I show them then I take all the capsules out and put them in a little clear glass container, and I pass them all around. I go, did you know there's over 26 raw fruits and vegetables in these? Can you imagine eating all that produce? So simple, so easy for you and your kids. And then we pass around the chews. Everybody takes a little packet. Most of them eat them on the way home.
I would think after about 7 times of you saying, did you know, they're all going to go, here it comes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry.
Perfect. That's
actually,
perfect.
that, I have to just say that I have to work on my Toastmasters sometimes a little bit there. Did you know? Were you aware of the fact that? Is that better?
Hi, Sue. It's Patty.
Hi, Patty, love.
Hi,
see you.
Thank you for doing this. How long would you say from start to finish it takes you to do one of these events?
I would say I have people come at 6 and people come from 10 to 6 till about 10 after 6. I'm just mentally just thinking time frame. And I give everybody a chance. I introduce everybody to each other as they come in the door. I give them a hug and then introduce them. Most of them all know each other now. It's nice. So when there's a newbie, they all reach out and say, oh, hi, we're so-and-so, and introduce. And I would say we're done. People are walking out the door by about 7:20. So an hour and 10 minutes usually. Sometimes if I have people stay after, it'll be out. It's been 20 of 8, for example, if people want to stay in order. Believe me, I'm not going anywhere. It's in my living room. So I'll just sit with them and we'll discuss whatever it is they wanted to ask. So yeah. So an hour and a half, I would say plan an hour and a half. Yeah.
And one more question. So
Sure.
in your groups, have you been able to say to some of your folks, hey, would you like to host one of these? I'd be a bit happy to come over and help you host one of these with your friends, kind of a thing.
I have absolutely mentioned that. I think that what has happened is that I talk about the business when they come also. Where's my wonderful friend, Ellen Graham? I always talk about the business now. Thank you. And Reagan. I always say to them, so if you would like to get more involved with Juice Plus, here's an easy, simple way to do this. Yes, I do. And I have, as a result of that, I have taken customers and made them into representatives too.
In fact, we have one of those girls are coming to conference.
That is right. Tammy's coming.
Yes, she's going to be Jennifer Rankin's flirty flapper position.
Yeah, she had a good laugh. She called me about that. What the hell? I said, don't worry. We'll help you with this one.
I know. I was so excited about that.
You've been perfect, Jen, with your little spiky hair and your little headband.
I know. She was the first one I signed. Oh, well. What else? Can you guys see how easy this is?
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
That's a lot of fun.
When you said four jars, are you talking about 4 jars per person?
Yeah.
Yes, 32 ounce mason
They bring
jars.
4 jars and you make 4 per person, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and sometimes we can get away with 5. And if there's a little bit left over, like I said, a lot of the times I'll just say, hey, I have some widowed friends. If you don't mind, let's finish up the produce here, and I'll just go ahead and fill a couple of jars. And so I'll do that. So, and I don't know if Judy's on our call tonight, but just so you know, Judy Lopez has chickens, you guys. So everything that's left over goes in the chicken bag, and then it all goes to Judy, and she takes it home for chickens to eat. So there's never any waste.
So as far as you instructing them on some people here have never heard of salad in a jar, have never done one. Would you explain the ordering of how you put the produce in?
Sure. We always start with the bottom layer. I know it would take a few minutes to get one out of my fridge, but I could come and show you if you'd like. Would you like to see? Okay.
Yeah.
Pay no attention to my body as I run away.
I love the little cards, you guys, and we'll get a set, but I think for you to print them is probably going to cost as much as it is to buy them from the lady, but you could certainly print your own and have them done. But I'm for sure going to get a set of cards. I think that really makes it fun when you can have everybody interactive versus talking at them. Don't you think?
Here I am.
I think that's a great idea, actually, because for just that reason that they get to speak and and yet they're not. It's just an easy way for them to talk and get everybody going together. So I think that's a great idea.
You can see. We put hard vegetables in the bottom, carrots, and you would do celery in the bottom. Peppers, a little softer vegetable. You could do frozen peas, frozen corn in the bottom. And then you layer, we have mushrooms and tomatoes. Well, tomatoes aren't here, but the softer vegetables go in the middle. That would be your peppers, your tomatoes, your mushrooms, those are called your semi-soft vegetables, and then your beans would go near the top. I have beans in here too. There's garbanzo beans right there. And radish, I have radish in here, that's a hard vegetable, that would go on the bottom. Frozen peas and corn right here. And if you have, this is all the celery, and then you just put a little cap on top of all the lettuce. Everybody see that?
And you don't put your dressing in the bottom?
Oh no. Do you know why? You'd
Why?
love to know why, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it'll get soggy in about 4 days. And not everybody's going to eat 4 salads in 4 days, I found out. So I tell them, don't put salad. Oh, and other foods not to put in if you're not going to eat them with relatively quickly. No broccoli, no cauliflower, no hard-boiled eggs. Because actually, if you go to open it, it'll shoot the top off of it because of the gas that builds up. Because these are mason jars, they're sealed. And the smell, I've been told, is rather atrocious. Therefore, we don't put those in ours. But if you're making them at night, pour this into your bowl, add whatever protein source if you're not a bean eater. Well, in this case, I didn't put any beans in this anyway. So you could put shrimp, chicken, fish, or beans right back into this. And there's enough here for 2 people easily, actually 3 servings here. So one salad could do you at least for a day or 2 days. Does that make sense to everybody? They last about, oh, I've had them sit in my fridge, mind you, for up to 8 days. And they keep.
Yeah, and I didn't have people do salad dressing either. I just have them because everybody's got their different choices and different things they want. So you can just add that like when you're ready to eat your salad. Because it's too hard to figure out how much salad dressing then do you buy. The very first time I ever did one, I was like trying to have salad dressing and have enough, and everybody wants different amounts. It's hard to really know how much to add.
And it gets super soggy in like a day. And you have to eat it in a day, or just going to toss it in a chicken bag and give it to Judy. And her chickens will eat it.
You know what
Oh, go ahead, Reagan.
No, you know what I found?
What,
the little tiny, they're kind of clear plastic, almost like a shot glass, but I can't even think, I got them at the grocery store, but they're a little plastic cup. And one of the girls that came to one of my parties, she was smart enough to pour some of the dressing into that and then just set that on top of the lettuce.
Okay.
And cover it with the cover, and then it didn't spill either, and it just stayed in that little cup on top. So it's another thing to try, if you know what I'm.
Yeah, I do. It's when you do takeaway, that's what they put the dressings in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Takeaway thing.
Most people have the only salad dressing most people eat the same couple salad dressings they mostly have in their fridge anyway, right? I mean,
right.
So
what I was going to say is when we had done a few of them, and Bobby and I realized that we'd like to have a salad each. So like you said, Sue, there's more than one salad in that jar. So we would generally split it. Bobby doesn't like the same dressing that I like. So to put dressing in there was going to be defeating the purpose. So we would just add I put our salads each in a separate bowl and toss and then serve. And it worked out really well that way.
Yeah. And you can add all the extras you want to it, which makes it really nice for those that want.
I like the visual too of seeing it's so pretty. Like you want to eat it, right? Like it's such a pain in the butt sometimes to make a salad. Like I get lazy with it. And I want to eat a salad, but I'm in a hurry or whatever. But I think to have one made before your party where you can show people the example and say, look at the capsule. This is basically the same thing, but there's 30 different things inside of here. It's, way more than what's in there. That's kind of a good visual for people to kind of get what Juice Plus is, right?
Yeah, that helps too.
Are you putting them in the giant mason jars or just the smaller ones? The big ones or smaller ones?
These are the bigger 32-ounce ones right here. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And Sue, is there a way that we could get like a list and maybe like an amount for each type of produce that you put in there?
12 to 14 cups of whatever they're going to bring.
I know, but how much do you put in each jar? And like, is there a list of what you use?
Well, I think, Jill, what's really good to know here is that not everybody is going to like everything on the table. I don't like olives, but people will bring canned olives sliced. And so that's an option. Not everybody wants to have 3 different types of beans. So a lot of the times they'll bypass the beans, and maybe not everybody wants kale, and maybe not everybody wants spinach. So that's why you have variety. People pick what they like and put it. And what's really nice is you can make variety salads too. Like my husband loves radishes and olives, so I'll fill up a salad for him specifically with those, for example. And you know, you want to just kind of, if you think about, I use the, oh, I know what I want to tell you. The complete scoops, everybody, you know, the little scoops. I use those in, I've kept them, rewashing them, but I use those and put those in all the containers. So it's about a scoopful or a little bit more than a scoop, Jill, if that helps you visually.
So that would be a third of a cup, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
but don't micromanage it. It all works out in the wash.
yeah. I was just curious if you had a list of what you tell people when you're inviting them, you know, like what to bring. Like, do you have a list of 20 different things that you ask them?
I have that on my invite, Jill, when I do the invite. In fact, you're on Facebook, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we friends on Facebook? I think we are.
So we'll put that list up tomorrow with the link for the cards.
Yeah,
right?
that would be great.
Okay, we could do that.
This is like fun, you guys. I'm excited. This is
Do you guys serve any other food to go with it, like for people to eat while they're doing this?
I do shakes. I do the Juice Plus shakes. I do chocolate and I do vanilla separate. So I hand those out in little, where's Jennifer? The little bathroom cups, you know, that you use. So I do those. And then I have the chews available in those little individual packets that I order. And I put those out. And that's what I feed them. And then they can, and some of the ladies were like, oh, do we get a fork? Can we start eating our salads right now? Oh, no, you're going home now. Goodbye. Here's your salad. You go. No, it's about, you don't want it to be all evening. So about an hour and a half.
7 o'clock at night, people have already eaten by the time they come, right? I mean,
a lot of them come from work though. So, and I actually put the bars out, little pieces of the bars too. Everybody, I chop them up in little bites with toothpicks so they can have those too. So you got bars, you got shakes, and you got some chews. And for most cases, Andy, that'll tide them over. They'll be fine.
And Andy, you could actually make your complete balls that you brought to me and Bobby. That would be really good. The key is what Reagan has always said to all of us, is you want to make it duplicatable so that somebody could say, golly, I could do this. So we don't want to make it too complicated so that they could say, this is really fun, but this is way too much work for me. You know, right, Reagan?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we want them tasting our shakes. We want them tasting our bars and our chews, and
Hey, Sue, I have one more question. You know, when you, like, I have a list of things, right, 'cause for my next event, and I've got some people signed up. So I end up, like, if there's not enough people to cover everything, I end up just getting the rest of it. Is that kind of what you do too? If you didn't have enough covering that? I mean, how do you do that? Do you go back and say, hey, can people sign up for more? I don't know. I just feel weird with that. So I would end up probably.
Don't feel weird about it. Just say, hey, we don't have enough people to cover all the vegetables. For example, if someone's going to bring, I know it's terrible, but if they're going to bring frozen peas, ask them to bring 4 bags of frozen corn to go along with that. That's easy. That's like what, $1 a bag?
Exactly.
We try to get everyone to do $10 or less on their produce purchase. And Judy used to post that. And oh, by the way, I put salad in a jar event, salad in a jar experience, salad in a jar festivities, something like that. I always put in my title, sponsored by Juice Plus, because what has happened in the past when I originally was doing it, a lot of people from a lot of different direct marketing companies would come in and they'd stand up and start talking about their own company. And slowly, now that they realize it's a Juice Plus party, if you will, I've weeded some of those out, shall we say nicely, meaning that the ones that really want to learn more about Juice Plus and make their salads are the ones that are coming and bringing their friends who aren't aware yet of us.
Well, and I like the cards keep you on task with that as well, so.
It's wonderful. Actually, those cards really have made a huge difference, everybody. I mean, you can't ignore the print, the picture, and the black and white. And people always go, I never knew that about blueberries, or do blueberries really do that? I mean, seriously, you get that comment, even from those in the know. That's really what was amazing to me. Sorry, we have you know who right here. David took him away, but he came back early.
The dog. Okay. Well, thank you, Sue. You're amazing. And you guys, So what we'll do is, Sue, I'm going to send you a list of all the stuff that we said we're going to put up.
Okay.
And we'll do that on our Team Healthy Bodies Facebook group, so we can add stuff in. And you guys are welcome to ask questions and post comments or other suggestions within that post. So, so super useful. So who wants to do a salad in a jar party besides me? Okay. I'll come help you, Monique. Ellie. We can do one together. Okay. Well, you guys have an awesome week, and we will chat with you next Monday.
Yay.
Thanks, Sue. That was great,
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Sue.
Glad I could
Thank you.
help. Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Reagan.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.